Today I'm going to introduce you to Vayam AI, freelancer nomad AI Web3 community. So Vayam AI is grounded in first principles. We are hackers and we started around 2 years ago, non-stop hackathons. So we want to make this possible for everybody and for freelancers to get paid and just work in a digital nomad life. And our mission is to onboard at least 1 million into this new lifestyle, which is going to be AI empowered. This is our team. This is Jupeng, Dion, and Carlos, front end, full stack, and smart contracts. This is what we have built at DevX Hackathon. So this is a platform for clients to connect with freelancers, and it all happens on chain with the smart invoices and crypto. So we have built it with Scaffold ETH2 and Next.js. We also have our own Figma designs, Web2 plus Web3. Our backend is built on Rust, and these are some of our API points. We have a database, MongoDB, and the smart contracts are all written in Foundry, and the main smart contract is Vayam AI. That's all. And this is also integrated with Smart Invoice, which is a battle-tested Ethereum-based invoice and escrow protocol. And this is how it works. So basically, a user creates an account. Can be a client or can be a freelancer, and they are going to submit some tasks, and then the freelancers are going to submit some proposals that the clients will have to accept. And once everything happens off chain, all this talk happens on chain, off chain, then the freelancer will have to submit one invoice on chain, and then the client will have to acknowledge it, and then the deal starts on chain. And when the deal finishes, the freelancer and the client will have to leave some star ratings. And if a freelancer completes at least 10 tasks with 5 of 5 ratings, then they are minted as soulbound NFT, which makes them kind of like a mentor in our platform. And I'm going to now show you guys a demo. So I'm gonna use 2 accounts. The first account I'm gonna create a client. So I'm gonna say that I'm Polygon Labs, and I'm going to be a business. Random account, random password, confirm. So this is going to submit transaction, and then it's going to register myself as a client on the database. And then okay, we finish this, then we can go to jobs and we can create a job. Create a job is most like create a task or of something to do. So I'm going to create CKEVM, and then I'm going to do build CKEVM on Polygon, and I'm gonna set this as start 2 weeks, and then solidity or skill solidity and Rust, and I'm gonna set this to $2,000. That's very cheap. Building up CKEVM in $2,000. So this is the task details. I'm gonna skip this part, so I'm gonna just go ahead and log into another account. I'm gonna register myself as a provider, just like a freelancer. I'm gonna name myself as Mike, and I'm gonna be a blockchain architect. And I'll submit the transaction again. All these registrations happen on chain. The task creation happens off chain, and the proposals also happen off chain. So imagine you have you're a freelancer and you have a client. You guys are talking to each other, trying to agree on a proposal, resubmitting proposals, getting some feedback, resubmitting proposals. So there will be one point in which you will actually be able to have a final proposal. So I'm gonna, for example, have a proposal here that's gonna be I'm gonna say that from 15 to 22 I'm going to need $500, and it's gonna be the V1, and then I'm gonna have V2 that's gonna be for this dates, and I'm gonna say that I need 1,500, and I'm gonna add this and submit this. So all this happens off chain. I'm submitting this off chain. the client will be able to see this in his dashboard, and he's able to accept it. And this is also off chain. So the client accepts this, he likes the proposal from me, he accepts the proposal, and then I can get the notification, and when I log into my account, I will be able to create a deal for this proposal. So create deal brings all this invoice and all this milestones deal on chain. So this is the client address. I'm going to say that it's 15 days. The milestones here, which are the amounts of money to be distributed later, and I'm going to enter. So I'm going to create this proposal. I'm going to submit this as a transaction to our main protocol. Okay, so after this has been done, I can now log in as the dealer here, and I am able to check. I'm going to connect again. I'm able to acknowledge this deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to approve 10% of the total amount. I'm going to choose max. And then I'm going to actually confirm this. Okay, so when I acknowledge this deal, everything is recorded on chain. The smart invoice starts running on chain. And now I'm going to show you how I'm going to pay out this, because this is time dependent. I will do this from Etherscan, Polygon. So this is the Vayam our protocol contract, and there is a create deal function that I just called before, and this create deal function has deployed a new smart contract, which is the invoice, smart invoice. Smart invoice has already received 10% of the total amount, which is 200 mock tokens, which we can consider as USDC. So this is our address, and what I'm going to do now is let's say I am the client, and I want to pay out everything. I want to pay out all the milestones, and I want to release all the money to my freelancer. So I'm going to go first to the freelancer account. The freelancer account has around 2,180 mock tokens. Okay, so as a client, I'm going to approve these tokens first to the protocol, to this invoice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this mock token. There's a mock token. I'm going to transfer those amounts to this invoice, and the remaining amount that is going to be 802. I'm going to send a little bit more here. I'm going to send all this amount to the invoice, and I'm going to connect this to my account, send the transaction, and I'm going to wait here until I have received this in the smart contract invoice. So I have received the remaining amount here, which is around 1,600. But oops, I think we need more money to complete the but we can release one milestone. So I'm gonna show you guys how we can release one milestone here. So I'm going to connect. I'm just going to connect here. Okay, and I'm going to release the first milestone, which is index 0. This milestone should send to my developer or my freelancer 500 USDC or MOC tokens as stated in the deal. So you go here, you see there's a out transaction to this account 500. This account is 41C, and this is actually the account that we have here, 41C. So that's it, that's all for our demo.